Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing the Chimera event spawn, but before we get into that and all the different waves of mobs, I want to go over a brand new thing that just happened on the server, and that is the Fishbowl. It's the brand new guild that I started myself for all the new players that are coming over from YouTube or from other servers, or maybe even fresh just played UO and want to get started on InsaneUO and don't want to feel like you had to restart all from scratch or anything like that. We're going to get you all set up, get you rolling, get you a little bit of a fresh start. We don't want to do everything for you, obviously. We want you to still be able to play the game. We're not going to get you just in-game gear off the bat, but we're definitely going to make sure that you don't feel like you left somewhere that you've put in hundreds of hours or something like that and have to start over here from absolute scratch. We're going to take care of you. I've actually got Temp House and Dork Hoser helping us out as well. I couldn't do it without that guy. He's phenomenal at taking care of people fresh to the server. And so right now we are obviously taking in applicants. We've got a couple of really heavy hitters in here already that are going to be helping us do events, keeping everybody up to date on the champ spawns, making sure we get all of the seasonal events that are going on taken care of, running Doom, all the fun stuff that you log into Ultima Online to do. So just shoot us a message on either Discord or in the community chat whenever you log into the game, and we will get you set up with an invite. Obviously a rune over here to the new guild house, which is right here. I designed this to be big enough for everyone to be able to join and have a place to go. So if you have any questions, again, let's lead back to the Discord, and besides that, I'll quit yapping and we'll head over to the Chimera spawn. So this spawn is kind of funny. If you've already got a Chimera, it's way easier, simply because the Chimera is ice immune. So we'll take a look at it here and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. When it comes down to your actual immunities, ice immune is cold right here, 100%. So a lot of the big creatures here are going to be primarily focused on ice attacks. So this will keep the Chimera here up phenomenally better tank-wise than someone or another tame. So we'll go ahead and get its health bar up here, and we'll go ahead and get everything get started. Now that you heard that clicky sound, there it is. It'll almost sound like a lockpick sound, like a little chick, and it will mean that the event is initiated and the different spawns will come in. So I've ran this event several times. So I don't want you to think if for some reason I make it look like it's easier than it is. It is easy. It's not. You can get overwhelmed by these extremely quickly, especially if you don't have the correct pet. And so if I was using, like, let's say even a legendary fire steed of some sort or something like that, these would still be very challenging because of the fact that they are going to be doing tremendous amounts of damage to those other pets. So I never want it to seem like these are not difficult, because they actually really are. So after the spider wave, you're going to come into these Cold Drakes. They are Paragons, so they're going to have a lot more HP than typical. So if you are a different, like if you're not a caster class or whatever, then at this point you'll probably want to go ahead and try to single these out, maybe one or two. If you are a melee class or an archer though, and you've got a dragon slaying weapon, these should be no problem for you. Just make sure to heal and make sure to try to drag them, at least one or two at a time. Don't try to grab all four. They can overwhelm you pretty quick with all four. And of course, make sure that you've got your resists in line when you come here. Don't come here, low on cold resist for some reason. If you are, 10, 15 points down or something because of your gear, make sure to get on the vendor search or find something that you've got, tucked away that has that additional cold resist. popping up the next ones. These are going to be Ladies of the Snow. I'm getting resisted quite a bit here, but that's okay. If you're noticing, a majority of the damage that the actual Chimera is doing is also being nerfed down because these creatures have extremely high cold resistance. So it's at this point that you've got to really look at your pet. If you are going to use the Chimera or something, you've got to look at it more as just a strict tank. You're going to be doing a majority of the actual heavy hitting, the damage. So, but as you can see, he is doing great tanking. So. As you can see, though, they are a little HP heavy. Oh, are you kidding me? But, alright, let's go ahead and get these going. Let's get some Death Ray on this guy. Oh my gosh, resisted. Resisted. What? Okay. See, the problem here is, as you can see, where my Chimera normally would be just dishing out tons of damage on these that have the higher cold resistances, you're noticing that it's not necessarily the case here. Yeah, 77% cold resistance. Alright, so these are going to be the bugs. So real quick, we're going to grab that last bug just so we don't have to fight one at a time. So we'll bring him down here. So I just downloaded InsaneUO. I'm not really 100% with it yet, so that's why I'm having some issues with the targeting stuff and the different. Like, I don't really like that it attaches to this, because now if I right click over here, it right clicks all this stuff. So I will figure this out though. That chimera makes a wicked little hissing sound, I guess. I never really noticed that before. Alright, let's go ahead and start knocking some of these small ones off. All right. So these guys are hard too. Yeah, just overcapped on basically everything. %88% cold resist, 91% physical resist. So yeah, these dudes are going to be extremely tough. The cool thing is if you did, do a melee with like chivalry, then you'd be able to use your consecrate and you'd be narrowing in on obviously his worst weakness, but I did notice that most of his resistances were pretty high up there, so I don't know. This is going to be a long fight either way. Or longer fight. We've almost got this guy in death ray range. You can pull them both if you want at the same time, but I can't do my AoE on just two mobs and keep up my mana regen. So what I do is I just try to pull one at a time. There's lots and lots and lots and lots of health. That was rude. I don't want to just fast forward through this because I want you to get an idea of just how long this event is going to take. So, I mean, I guess I could try to power through this part of it, but realistically, I mean, it's not that long. And I do think it's important to see, you know, how much the creatures hit for, what I'm hitting them for. Because, I mean, the Chimera is hitting them for nothing, basically. So, but I'm also being hit for next to nothing. So, I mean, I guess it's just, if you were to be fighting this, I mean, it would just take forever without some form of exterior damage. So yeah, I definitely recommend a Slayer weapon for sure. And then if you can consecrate weapon, I would definitely recommend it. Poison, fire, and energy would be its lowest. It's crazy to see 90% physical resistance and 85% cold. It's wild. Hey, why can't I get 40 regen in each thing? Frost Dragon, just gotta throw it in my face. So 1500 strength and 845 intelligence, 10,700 HP. Seems like a lot. Alright, so after those, we're going to get the Golems, I believe. And these are a different kind of strategy. They reflect damage to the caster on when I try to cast spells on them, things like that. So you're really going to need to do damage to them with wildfire. That's the only way that I've seen to be able to do damage to them in any kind of decent manner. So that's what I do. I just sit here and wildfire them to death. If you can get them one at a time, you will do more damage with your wildfire, obviously. But if you look at the actual numbers, if you're doing 25 damage a piece, you know, versus one creature, but 11 damage a piece versus 5, then instead of doing 25 damage, you're doing 50. So, I mean, it may take a little bit longer to get these things down doing them all at once, but I would definitely recommend utilizing the fact that it is an AoE. But after these guys are down, you're going to get the Chimera pop. And I'll show you guys the best way, in my opinion, to get that Chimera once it's popped. I'll tell you what, it sure does seem like if you had an energy weapon, you'd be doing some boss damage on everything. I never see anything really with good energy resistance. Even some of the creatures that look like they would be energy creatures just don't have energy resistance. I would definitely keep that in mind if I was, you know, picking out weapons or something in the future. And we are in for the full boat on these. I can't word of death them. It just reflects back at me, so. Weirdly enough, I always look at the creatures as only having enough HP to get down to 20. Whatever their HP is from 28% to 100 is what I worry about. The rest of it, it's honestly like they don't even have it, because I will just word of death them. Next time I might actually show the difference of doing this with the Chimera and doing it with something like an elemental steed or something different, because I know that the Chimera does kind of put this on easy mode, just because everything does kind of do ice damage here. But yeah, the longest parts are definitely going to be the Colossus or the Golems here, and of course the Frost Dragons. Those guys have just a tremendous amount of HP. 11k. I don't know what these guys are. Okay, so only 1500 HP, but I'm also doing almost no damage to them, so... Alright, down to the brass tacks. And, oop, well. Alright, so, if you're wanting to tame this guy without honor taming, and without peacemaking, you can put up a wall and pretty much go around it, you know? He will not be able to get to you, but I tell you what, if he does a pretty mean poison attack. So you're definitely going to want to stay away from that poison attack. Don't feel like you need to stay up close to heal. Get away and use your, Arch Cure or whatever it is. That is definitely the way that I would do it. However, if you do have honor and you want to honor tame, at that point you just go ahead and make sure to honor yourself. Do you want to use honor points? Yes. And then you'll just come up here and it'll be a piece of cake. You'll just start to do the taming. He won't attack you. He won't see you. You got 90 seconds of it. If you're below night, if you are night, you have something like 5 minutes of it. So I never, unfortunately, keep it at night. I probably should. But that's it. You've got your new Chimera, and this thing. Let's see. Oh, good decks. I've had good decks go over 200 on these, so this one's coming in a little short on that. But obviously, it's still going to be a Chimera. You want these primarily for their cold damage and their cold resistances. As you could see, damage-wise, I really didn't do a whole lot of damage from my pet here. So it's not going to be one of those things that it's not a pet that I bring out whenever I want to do a tremendous amount of damage. 170 resist spells. Okay, so that's going to be really good as well. So, but that's it. That's how you do it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on Discord. Again, do not forget about the brand new guild. We are accepting all and any people that want to feel the nostalgic refresh of Ultima Online. And I look forward to talking to you guys and seeing you in the next video. Thanks, everybody.